Would you be able to handle it if somebody asked you for $2.1 billion back? Would that be okay? Would you be able to still withstand things?
We're financially okay.
Including you have $2.1 billion to give away. If somebody came to claw that back, you'd still be fine?
We'll let the lawyers handle it. We are financially strong.
In a recent interview with CNBC'S Squawk Box, Binance Ceo CZ dismissed concerns that his company could have $2.1 billion clawed back as a result of FTX bankruptcy proceedings, saying that he trusted his lawyers to handle the proceedings. CNBC's Andrew Ross and Becky quick-pressed CZ on whether he expected to be able to return that $2.1 billion payment from FTX, which Binance earned when it exited its 2019 Series A investment with FTX, to bankruptcy trustees who will be looking to claw back any fraudulent conveyances made by FTX to outside businesses or investors. But before we listen to Binance CEO CZ, if you are new to the channel and not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos.
You know, the $500 million that you guys spent on Twitter, where did that money come from? Are you confident in that? Or do you have additional money? And the reason I ask these questions is, again, you guys aren't FTX, but FTX was making a lot of investments in other places that turned out to be customers' money. Where did you guys get the money for the $500 million investment in Twitter?
We don't use customers' money. We have revenue. Our revenue comes from trading fees, and we have very solid revenue. We do not spend on crazy advertisements. We're okay. And we paid the Twitter investment already in cash. Was done. It was not customer money. That I can guarantee you.
In 21, Sam Bankman-Fried said that he bought you out, your stake in the company. I imagine he transferred funds to you, likely somewhere between $2 and $3 billion. Is that right?
I remember it was $2.1 billion at the time, and a big chunk of that is in FTT tokens, which are now worthless.
So he sent you FTT tokens, and you believe that the majority of the $2.1 billion was that?
It's a combination of, I believe it was a combination of BUSD, BNB, and FTT. I don't know the exact combination now, but it's probably about, I don't remember exactly, but FTT is a big chunk. And that's why we still had, even after the FTT price dropped over the last year, we still had $500 million worth of it, $580 million worth of it on the day when we transferred from the address we received a year and a half ago. We never touched it. We actually kind of forgot about it. And then we transferred it on the blockchain from that address we received to Binance.com, and that got picked up by the community. So in this industry, everything's very transparent.
Well, but my question to you is, both a bankruptcy judge and potentially others could seek, like they did in the case of Bernie Madoff, frankly, to seek to claw back that money. So if you had to send a check in U.S. dollars for $2.1 billion, could you?
So I think we'll leave that to the lawyers. I think our legal team is perfectly capable of handling it. My expectation, though, just from common logic, is that there was a lot of spendings after that transaction in the more recent times.
CZ, the other thing I wanted to ask you about, and this relates to FTX. Yesterday, Kevin O'Leary testified in front of the Senate, and he was asked where did the money go, meaning the FTX money. And he suggested that one place that the money may have gone is, in fact, to you. When Sam Bankman-Fried, back in the summer of 21, effectively bought out your stake in the company.
Well, first of all, I think Calvin O'Leary, he's making a bunch of nonsense claims, and they don't make sense. They don't make any logic. He shouldn't be making those claims as a celebrity investor. I'm actually very surprised that he's able to omit a lot of different things and make some really specific, targeted things. For example, in that interview with you guys, that in the same interview, he said the entire record from his account on FTX, the entire records are gone. He's not concerned about that. He just picks up the phone and calls SBF. And he says he was talking with SBF up until the point that SBF was arrested.
Yeah,
That's an indicator of a very special relationship.
Yeah, I see your point, and I don't think the problems that existed at FTX were simply any back and forth between your two firms. It definitely led to the disclosure that there had been money that was taken, but that disclosure raises lots of questions about firms like yours. Have you done the same? Has there ever been commingled funds? Have you ever taken any of the clients' funds and done anything with them? And again, why should we believe you? Because Sam Bankman-Fried told everybody, no, that hasn't happened. And he tweeted a lot of the same stuff that you've been tweeting in recent days, which I think gets back to this idea of show me the money.
Yeah, so let's get back to show me the money part. So Calvin omitted the fact that there's no records. That's not a problem to him. So he just want to talk to Sam and believe whatever Sam says. He doesn't want to look at the records. And if you look, and he wants to omit all the small spendings, $50 million, $200 million. $200 million is small spending. That's very convenient. He says he didn't know that Binance was a shareholder of FTX. So he invested in FTX without looking at the cap table. But he was very specific in the way he counts for a transaction 2 years ago. So that's kind of contradictory. So I think Calvin's a liar. So I think he's lying about a bunch of stuff. So that's his problem. To us, we want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability, solidness in this space.
Do it.
And the well-run crypto exchanges should hold user assets one-to-one. So user deposit Bitcoin, we hold it in Bitcoin, we move to a cold wallet, we keep some in the hot wallet. And people, they sell it. Now the Bitcoin belongs to somebody else, but we still hold it in the cold storage. People can withdraw 100% of the assets they have on Binance. We will not have an issue in any given day. So 100% of the users withdraw 100% of the assets, we'll be fine. This is very different for traditional financial people to understand because banks run on fractional reserves. And the traditional regulators, many of them may think that it's okay for crypto businesses to be running on fractional reserves. That is not okay. In crypto, there's no central bank printing money to bail out banks when there's a liquidity crunch. So crypto businesses have to hold user assets one-to-one. And that's what we do. It's very simple.
To watch the full interview, check out the link in the description. What do you think of CZ's thoughts here? Do you think that Binance is the next one to collapse? What would happen if Binance filed for bankruptcy? Comment down below. If you are new to the channel or not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos.